Hello and welcome, I'm Moig Peterson. In this episode, we focus on Gauteng post-budget and the launch of the revenue strategy. Now, the strategy was launched on Tuesday, the 5th of April, and here to tell us more is Gauteng MEC of Finance, Nomantu Nkomo-Ralehoko.
We've developed the strategy because we want to make sure that we build the purse of the province, because part of the money that will be coming from what we said we'll be collecting, it will be going directly to the coffers of the province. So hence for us it's an excitement that indeed now we're no longer going to rely only the monies that comes from the national government. We will on our own be able to have our own money.
Now, MEC, why is it important for the province to increase their own revenue to fund their priorities?
It's very important because we have seen during COVID-19, because our spending, especially on social services in the Department of Health, if I can set that example, in the Department of Education, we need more money. So once we are able to have our own money, we'll be able to juggle around. Whilst we have the monies that were the trench that comes from national, but we'll be able to beef up that trench and be able to do other important things that are critical, including social development. We have seen there are quite a number of people that during COVID-19 we had to support them with food, those that doesn't even have shelter, but part of these monies will go directly to those programs.
Now, finally, MEC, why are the department form part of the revenue strategy?
We have bring in other departments like the Department of Economic Development, Roads and Transport, because I remember, I'm sure you have seen that people from the Gambling Board are here. So those are the other people that will work directly with them. The issue of licenses, we will be definitely automating it and then be able to move and get some more money. In 2020, you remember, we were even unable to go to offices and pay our own licenses. Now, if we have a strategy, we can do that at home and continue paying our services to government.
We remain with the topic Gauteng post-budget and revenue strategy, and we're going to look at partnerships within higher learning institutes and how these institutes can work with government. We are talking to Professor Karin Barac, Deputy Dean at the Faculty of Economic and Management Science.
When we talk about universities, we think about institutions that generate new knowledge, and part of that strategy is to do research. But we want to do research that has impact. So it is imperative for us to do work that really matters. And that is also closely related to the University of Pretoria, that wants to make a difference and wants to make a difference to society. We want to dispel the myth that universities are just sitting there in their ivory towers thinking about new knowledge and thinking about new things, but that those do not really count. So we want our research to make a difference. That's why we appreciate collaboration and partnership. Now, the partnership is basically two sides. On the one side, it's to the benefit of an institution such as the Gauteng Provincial Government, to assist them to use innovative thinking in their new models, business models of revenue generation, to make use of new technologies, to streamline their systems, to enhance their practice, to strengthen their governance, to ensure that they comply with rules and standards and regulations. All those are areas that's covered, that we cover in our research and in our interest in the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences. But equally so, it must be important for the university as such. So, universities are there as institutions to generate knowledge, not only to empower others with the knowledge, but also to improve our society and to have a societal impact. And that when we can contribute in such a practical manner that can improve lives and matter to society, then we actually reached our goal. Equally so, there is capacity development. So the university is also interested in skills development and capacity development. And we know that with all the new challenges and the new technologies, there's a new emphasis on the future world of work. And everybody should be equipped to be able to stand up and to be able to fulfill a valuable role in that new environment. And it's important for us as well to equip students, our students, to be ready, to be employable, but also to assist other people who's already in the market with their progression to up their skills and to improve their skills to be more in line with the requirements and the challenges of the future world of work. So that requires us to be more agile, it requires us to be more flexible, it requires us also to place more emphasis on collaboration and on connections and on learning and relearning and again learning, so that we can be the best that we want to be.
Now, Professor, there is quite a bit of benefits, that you've already mentioned, but which one can you really expand on? What would you really say this is one of the biggest benefits, working with government?
Thank you so much. I think a benefit lies in the value that you can contribute. So as I mentioned, for us, especially from my perspective, where my focus is on research, is the biggest benefit that any researcher can have is that your work is impactful. So when we talk about impact, there's various ways of measuring impact. But to see a difference that you make to communities or to societies or to our Gauteng province, and the manner in which we deal with finances and the manner in which we have oversight on the revenue strategies and on the revenue recognition of that provincial departments as well as municipalities within the whole province, I think that will be the biggest benefit for all. But equally so, we cannot do it if people are not equipped to do it. So we need people with the right competence. We need people with the right skills, and also the right attitudes. And I think the university, with its emphasis on training people, on education, can help to instill such culture within the province, where people where skills are important to them, and where they want to be further educated and want to be developed and want to be able to be competent in the workplace.
Now, Professor, as we conclude this conversation, you touched on, skills readiness and having the correct kind of individuals and candidates. What would you say, particularly on your institution, what is the readiness for you to implement such strategies into your own plans?
We have we're in the process of launching a Centre for the Future World of Work, where we specifically want to prepare our institution, as well as in other institutions, as well as students, as well as other parties, as well as our partners, for future work, to be well equipped. And I mean, there we talk about various types of skills, but really also with emphasis on technologies and being able to apply the new technologies and being able to be ready to use it to your advantage. Because we all know that our workplace have changed. It's much more data driven. We know that the way that we will make decisions in future will be based on big data decision making. We know that we might use other types of technology and other types of tools to help us make more better decisions. Just now in COVID-19, it showed us the benefits, what we learned of basing our decisions on research and on data. It also shows us the importance of interdependencies, and it shows us how It shows the fault lines in our society and also in our province. And these are all matters that we need to address. And as a university, we have a responsibility because we are a public university. We want to act also to the benefit of the citizens and influence our communities and have an impact there and really matter. Because UP really counts on make today matters.
Thank you to both my guests for joining me, MEC Nomantu Nkomo-Ralehoko, and also to Professor Karin Barac, Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences. And to all our viewers, it is goodbye for now.